Who is Lucifer? Did you know that the name Lucifer doesn't actually appear in the Bible the way most people think? Over time, this mysterious figure has been linked to rebellion, pride, and the fall from heaven. But who really was Lucifer? Was he an angel, a symbol, or something far older than Christianity itself? Hi everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today we're looking into one of the most talked about figures in history, Lucifer. Join us as we unravel the origins of his name, the story behind the fall, and why Lucifer may not be who you were told he was. Lucifer is mentioned only twice in the Bible. The first instance is in Isaiah 14:12, where it reads, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations of the world?" The second mention occurs in 2 Corinthians 11:14, where the Apostle Paul writes, "And no marvel. For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works." In both instances, the word Lucifer is translated from the Latin Vulgate version of the Bible. The Latin word Lucifer comes from the root lux, meaning light. And while some argue that Lucifer means bearer of light, it was likely intended to convey son of the morning. Referring to the planet Venus, Venus shines brightly in the morning sky, leading to the interpretation that Lucifer was a metaphor for this celestial body. The idea that Lucifer was once a literal angel is not found anywhere in Scripture. This concept appears to have originated from early church tradition, expanding upon the biblical account. Irenaeus of Lyons, a 2nd century bishop and one of the church fathers, wrote, "For he himself, that ancient serpent, was, as I have already said, that angel of light, who afterwards fell away from his proper place. He, being full of pride, Lucifer, whom God, having made like unto himself, placed among the highest choirs, that he might be with those that were like him, and in company with the angels of God. He lifted himself up above the power of God." Here, the idea that Lucifer was an angel who rebelled against God and was cast out of heaven began to take shape. Augustine of Hippo, another influential church father, expanded on this notion. In his book The City of God, Augustine described Lucifer as a beautiful angel, chief of the heavenly host, who, overcome with pride, sought to elevate himself above his creator. According to Augustine, God's refusal to comply with Lucifer's demands resulted in his expulsion from heaven. The exact nature of Lucifer's fall is not explicitly stated in any biblical or historical accounts, leaving room for various interpretations and embellishments over the centuries. One symbolic explanation for Lucifer's fall is his association with wisdom literature. In the ancient Near East, cultures such as the Babylonians, Assyrians, and Israelites often personified wisdom as a divine female figure. They saw her as a guiding force, illuminating the path to righteousness and enlightenment. However, there was another figure known as foolishness, who personified the opposite of wisdom. In some texts, foolishness is depicted as a harlot or prostitute, symbolizing moral corruption and spiritual impurity. Scholars suggest that Lucifer, in the context of wisdom literature, could represent foolishness, whose downfall resulted from pursuing worldly desires and straying from the righteous path. A similar interpretation is found in the writings of the church father Hippolytus. In his commentary on the Song of Songs, Hippolytus describes Lucifer as wisdom personified, who, through disobedience and pride, is banished from heaven. Another explanation for Lucifer's fall is the astrological interpretation of the morning star. In ancient astrology, the planet Venus, known as the morning star, was associated with both positive and negative qualities. It was seen as a symbol of beauty, love, and fertility, but also represented temptation, deception, and even the devil himself. Some scholars propose that Lucifer's fall can be interpreted as the astrological concept of the morning star losing its brilliance and descending to earth, possibly symbolizing the influence of evil or the temptations of the flesh. One of the earliest extended accounts of Lucifer's fall is found in the apocryphal book of Enoch, specifically in 1 Enoch 6:1-9, where it reads, "And as they were all asleep, someone came and struck them with a great slaughter. And Azazel went forth and taught men to make swords, knives, shields, breastplates, the use of armor, and wicked weapons for war." This passage associates Lucifer with the fall of the angels, particularly mentioning Azazel, who taught humans warfare and metallurgy. While not directly related to Lucifer's fall, this account contributes to the narrative surrounding the fall of the angels and the introduction of evil into the world. Another apocryphal text, the Testament of Solomon, chapter 29, further elaborates on Lucifer's fall and his association with the underworld. In this text, King Solomon is shown the gates of hell and informed that the fallen angel Beelzebub holds the key to open them. Upon entering hell, Solomon witnesses various scenes, including demons being whipped and bound, some crawling on the ground while others fly overhead. As he descends deeper into hell, the air becomes foul and unbearable. In the medieval period, writers like Dante Alighieri drew upon these earlier accounts and theological interpretations to depict Lucifer in his epic poem. In Dante's portrayal, Lucifer is a fallen angel, frozen in ice up to his chest in the center of hell. His three faces represent Satan, Beelzebub, and Elasta. Each face is crowned with a diadem, signifying their former glory, and each has wings symbolizing their ability to fly. With 300 of his fellow angels, Lucifer rebelled against God, but was defeated and imprisoned in ice. Later, in John Milton's Paradise Lost, Lucifer is portrayed as a noble and tragic figure who, despite his flaws, evokes both fear and admiration. Milton depicts Lucifer as the leader of the angelic rebellion against God, driven by his own pride and desire for power. However, unlike some previous depictions, Milton does not present Lucifer as inherently evil, but rather as a complex character capable of both good and evil. In summary, Lucifer's journey through different interpretations over the centuries reflects how religious and literary traditions have shaped our understanding of fallen angels and the concept of evil. From an obscure Latin translation in the Bible to his prominent portrayal in works like Paradise Lost, Lucifer continues to fascinate and terrify us. The question remains, was Lucifer ever an angel at all? It's entirely possible that Lucifer was nothing more than a personification of evil. The idea of Lucifer being an actual angel is a relatively recent development, dating back to the early church fathers. Prior to this, the concept of fallen angels was not prevalent in Jewish or Christian thought. The term son of the morning in Isaiah 14 could indeed refer to the planet Venus. Ancient cultures often personified celestial bodies, and the idea of a fallen morning star could symbolize the corruption of wisdom or the temptations of the flesh. Furthermore, the association of Lucifer with the underworld and demons in apocryphal texts like the Testament of Solomon supports the interpretation that Lucifer represents a more primordial form of evil that predates traditional angelology. In fact, the figure of Lucifer may have roots in even older traditions, such as the Babylonian goddess Ishtar, who personified wisdom and was known for her arrogance and pride. Similarly, the Ugaritic deity El-Mo, sometimes called Yum, is associated with darkness and destruction, and was believed to have been cast out of heaven. These ancient figures share similarities with the later portrayal of Lucifer as a fallen angel, suggesting that the concept of Lucifer may have evolved from older Near Eastern beliefs. The emergence of Lucifer as a distinctly Christian figure, however, occurred during the patristic period, when church fathers like Irenaeus and Augustine developed the idea of fallen angels who rebelled against God and were expelled from heaven. This concept became firmly established during the medieval period, influencing literary works like Dante's Divine Comedy. Whether or not Lucifer was originally an angel depends on how one interprets the available evidence, in which sources are considered reliable. If the Bible is taken literally, then Lucifer is not presented as an angel, but merely as a metaphor for the planet Venus, or perhaps a personification of evil. However, if the accounts of early church fathers and apocryphal texts are included in the narrative, then Lucifer's story becomes that of a fallen angel who rebelled against God and was cast out of heaven. Ultimately, the ambiguity surrounding Lucifer's origins and nature allows for multiple interpretations, making it difficult to say definitively whether or not he was originally an angel. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Your support helps us continue exploring fascinating topics like this. May God bless you all.